So at this point, we can begin tagging these images. So it's really cool how this works. What you do is you simply select an area. So what can I could tag here is looking at this. I could simply place this marker right here. I can even drag and drop it somewhere else. I could link it to another address. I could add some text here, and I could note the organized tent. And let's make sure I spell it correctly. There we go. All right, so the organized tent encampment. Okay, and what happens, how this works in ThingLink, when you hover over images, once it's all saved, if we go back here, once it's all saved, when you hover over it, your text pops up. Okay, so let's go back into editing mode. If you need to move them, you can. You can delete them as well. So what you want to do is when we go back here, make sure you identify at least 4 of the different techniques. Okay, make sure you get you have the access to the links, the techniques here. So make sure you find and identify right about 4 of those techniques that we've reviewed earlier this week, and explain how that technique helps the artist make his or her argument more persuasive. So how do they use that technique to win you over that argument? So I chose these 2 images obviously because I believe that, you know, it is ironic here, the irony of these refugee camps set up in Palestine, which is just south of Syria, for Europeans, Greeks mostly, during World War II. And here we are, Syrians in makeshift refugee camps here. This is a place actually called the Jungle that the French government is in the process of destroying. So all the people living here in the jungle, which is an absolutely massive refugee camp, are being removed from their makeshift homes. So make sure you go through and annotate, find at least 4 of those different elements used to make political cartoons more persuasive. There's one last thing we want to do before we go, though. What we want to do is go back here. We've got these links. Mine are short links. Yours might be a bit longer. That's okay. But what we want to do is cite our sources. So let's go ahead and let's start with this one. I'm going to copy this URL, and I'm going to, somewhere around here, I'm just going to go ahead and drop a tag, and I'm going to link it right there, Control V. And that's going to, right in there, go ahead and provide the citations there. So that's a critical piece, you know, to note those citations. So I can do the same thing over here. There we are. Okay, and there they are. So once you're done, you can go ahead and save the image.